Kubota diesel. So that has 290 hours on it. So might go look at it. Yeah, let's go look at this thing. Alrighty guys, here she is. Chickens aren't included. So we made a deal, 500 bucks. Let's get it loaded up. Alrighty, we are loaded up on the trailer. We got about a 20-minute drive home. Hey guys, welcome back. What we have here is a 1985 Kubota T1600. This is the diesel with the hydrostatic transmission. Let's pop the hood on this thing. So this comes with a twin cylinder Kubota diesel, and the thing actually runs amazing. It's hard to believe, but right there it says 291 hours. Let's see what the coolant looks like. This stuff looks brand new in there. That's amazing. So the condition on this thing is actually pretty good. I mean, the seat is, you know, nuts coming off, so I might try and fix that. It did have, when I got it, the tire was leaking down. I just put a new valve stem steel in it, fix that. But we do have a couple of cracks on the mower deck, and you can tell it's been welded, but it's actually cracked right through the weld. There was a couple other spots. There's one right there, and on the other side too. These rollers look kind of messed up, so this wheel is kind of locked up. Well, it moves, but as you can see, there's more cracks, so we'll have to get those welded. I'm missing one of the wheel covers. Let's go ahead and crank this thing up. So we got our glow plug light right there. Turns off. So yeah, this thing cranks right up. It runs really well. Get a little bit of throttle here. So as far as it running, runs great. There is an issue with it, a pretty serious issue at that, and that is the hydrostatic transaxle. This thing barely moves, and there's actually, it's a Eaton transaxle. I think it's a 750 transaxle that comes in it, but they are notorious for going out even with low hours. So we'll have to take that apart and see what's going on with it, see if we can fix it. I did see some on eBay, but they are fairly expensive, so I don't know if we're gonna go that route or not. But let me show you guys what this thing's doing. So let's crank it up here. So it doesn't matter how much throttle I give. So this is in forward, and it winds, and it barely goes, and it just doesn't have any power. The reverse is even much worse. So that's full reverse, it barely goes, and it won't even go up a hill. I'm gonna try and pull this thing into the shed, but I might have to give it some assistance. That's the floor right there. And if I rev it up, it doesn't really do much. It actually, as you can see, makes it worse. It's like it almost slips or something. So we'll see if we can get in the shed and take it apart and see what's going on with it. So one thing I also thought that was pretty cool on this, it has like a shaft drive going to a gearbox, almost like a brush mower, and then that goes to the 3 pulleys with the 3 blades. Kubota lawn tractor, made in Japan. So let's go ahead and check some of the basics first. Pull this air filter out. It says, yeah, 2015. Oh, that thing looks brand new. Yeah, no issues there. See what the oil looks like. Looks good. Oh yeah, perfect. A little black, but not bad. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and pressure wash this thing before I pull it in the shed and get it all cleaned up. Alrighty, there we go, a bunch of Black Widow eggs. Anytime you see those eggs with little spiky spikes on them, those are Black Widows. All right, that's a good bit cleaner. So I think the guy that had this before me, he did a pretty good job of taking care of it. I mean, yeah, the date's kind of old, 5/22/2017. You know, that does mean that he did keep up with the maintenance, and he used a OEM Kubota filter on it, so that says a lot to me. So this is your PTO lever. You rev it up a little bit. All right, there we go. So now we can get a little bit of a closer look at it. As you can see, it has this gear drive. I want to go ahead and check the oil in it. There's a lot of grease points on this deck, so that's good, but there's a lot of cracks in this mower deck. You can see it's cracking right here, right in here, and same with this one. Right here, it is like completely broken. You can see the movement in it. So I did notice this other spline shaft coming out the side, and I believe that's for a leaf collection vac, where it has a shaft that goes here, and then it has like this blower motor that sucks up like leaves and stuff like that. So here's the bottom of the mower deck. The blades actually look to be in decent shape. They're not bad. They don't have much wear on them. These spindles look pretty beefy too. bearings on the spindle seem fine. But this mower deck, I can feel it like twisting. You can see it's got broken welds everywhere. Let's go ahead and get this gas tank out of here. Here is a little closer look at our Eaton Transaxle. As you can see, somebody's definitely been in here. So whenever I press the forward pedal, you see that lever moves. That's reverse right there. Buddy, you sleeping under the tractor? Huh? You hiding from all the rain? Oh, you're such a good boy. Okay, I'm guessing this is our brake system, but looks like we got a rip in this boot here. The guy did say he was in this before, so he said he had a shim made in here, because usually this bearing or whatever's in here goes bad and it wobbles and has tons of play, but that is super tight. So all right, let's take this cover off. So the fluid looks good. Found out where the other bolt is hiding in this cap. So glad I took that off. All right. Here's our case cover. So the way this works is this shaft comes out and it moves this side to side, and I guess that controls your speed. And these balls, I guess with the centrifugal force, come out. That's how it pumps the fluid. Well, these parts look fine. There is a very small amount. It's very small, like my fingernail barely even catches on it. So I think that's fine. All these wear plates look fine. I mean, I don't see any metal shavings in it. Fluid looks a little dark, but that's it. So these rotary balls, they have these very small, I don't know if they're like dings, but like just little marks, and I think that's normal wear for them. Yeah, I think those are fine. Let's take a look here at the pump rotor. Like, you can still kind of see the cross edge. Well, I think we just found the problem. So this brass sleeve looks like it's covering up these holes, and I don't know if you can see that in the camera. Just the top is open right at the bare top, and so it's cutting off all the flow, and these balls go in here and they seem to fit fine, but every single one of them is closed off. So that's why if you rev the engine up, nothing else happens, because it still can't get any more flow. And that's the whole thing with hydraulics, is flow. That's going to definitely stop it. And also you can see right here, it's pressed past this. See, it's supposed to go down, I believe. I don't know how this happened, because right here it should sit right above this lip. Maybe it's supposed to sit flush with this. I think I'm going to go ahead and press this bushing down to line it back up, and put it back together and see if that fixes the problem. I can see like almost very small scratching right there where it looks like it was pushed up. So I don't know if the previous owner did that or if it just happened. I don't know if there's a piece missing in here that caused it. That's the only thing I can find right now. The other parts of this is just your gearing. It does have motors in here that are similar to this, but it's mainly this pump that goes out. So let's go ahead and push this bushing down and see if that fixes it. And I actually talked to the guy, and he said that he was cutting his yard and it just kept getting slower and slower till it barely moved. And I'm thinking because it heated up, and the heat caused this bushing to slowly start moving up out of place and blocking these holes. Just a really weird design in my opinion. So as you can see, our holes are perfectly lined up now. Now this ball aligns perfectly inside this groove. Before it was actually sitting proud above it. So now there's a little groove inside there that the ball rides in. This is the height that it's supposed to be. Yeah, a bunch of grass and junk in there. Definitely need to be cleaned out. This just works on a cam, and it pressed against these pads here. Okay, so now that we got this bushing pressed down, I just noticed something. So I measured this. That bushing is 1.5. So I'll bring it over here. And 1.5 should be touching this outside. So it doesn't make any sense to me how this bushing got pressed up. So this should be riding on that bottom bushing flange. I don't know if they just didn't press it all the way, or what happened when they worked on it. I have no idea. So I'm just gonna put a few pins around this, and then I have a little hone that I'm gonna hone this out with. So the idea with this is it's gonna slightly expand this metal to where basically this bushing can't slide back up, or at least it will help it from doing that. And that's perfect. Before honing, where I did the painting, it like kind of stopped right here, but now it's just got perfect fit. This bearing is kind of not sure if it's good or not. So let's go ahead and press this out. Okay, there's our bearing. And as you can see, it's sealed on the inside, so there's no oil that's able to get to that. So let's pop that seal out. So there's actually another seal in this cover, and that is to keep the hydraulic pressure in. However, it wasn't pushed in all the way. So it's got some grease in there, but it does look kind of dry. You can hear it, it's kind of noisy. So I'm just going to pack it with some marine grease here. And we'll put the seal back. So that definitely quieted it down a lot. Alright, I think it's about time to put this thing back together. I cleaned this brake assembly the best I could. I'm just going to use a little bit of Loctite 515. Just put a very light coat around it. Alright, I do believe we are ready to get this thing put back in the machine. Alright, there we go. So one thing I just noticed is this brake shaft is completely seized and it will not budge at all. I'm gonna have to free that up if I'm gonna want any kind of brakes. Let's see if we can get this to move. Alright, that's a whole lot better. I did go ahead and order some new fuel filters. see if the repair worked. Seems like it works all right. Let's get this mower deck fixed up. Alrighty, so I guess it's time to start working on this mower deck. As I showed you earlier, there's a lot of cracking going on, as you can see here. And there's also been, it looks like, some repairs before. So we got some bubblegum welds there. As far as the underside of the deck though, besides this right here, it all looks pretty good. I mean, these spindles are really beefy. The blades are really heavy duty looking. Let's go ahead and start getting this thing cleaned up and start reinforcing it. This pulley bracket right here is seized up, so let's go ahead and take it off. So the joint moves fine this way, but it does not want to go that way. So let's get it greased up. Now we got some of the caps off here. I'm gonna clean them all out and re-grease them, get all the little bearings out. Alright, we are good to go. Alrighty, got some Kubota paint. Let's go ahead and put some paint on it. Okay guys, we got this thing all put back together, greased, painted, did a bunch of reinforcing on it and around, got everything welded back up. Put this bar around it here just to kind of strengthen that, because that was pushed in really bad right here. So we also did some more welding around the front and underneath the deck. So I think we're good. By the way, I also got these wheels greased up and free. They were seized up. And this universal joint, and also this right here. So let's go ahead and get it put back on the mower. Alrighty, good to go. It's definitely not the most perfect seat, but hey, it'll do. Definitely better than having no seat at all. Oh yeah. Alright, let's test this guy out. top speed run. It's definitely not a speed demon. Well, all right, guys, this thing seems to be working pretty good. I mean, the engine on this thing just, I mean, it runs flawlessly. I love this engine. Even if this rear end breaks again, I'm gonna put this engine in something. I mean, all that grass cutting and the temp, yeah, I mean, the engine stays cool, like it's not even hot, like I can touch it, so, but yeah, pretty cool mower. So yeah, guys, I guess this is gonna do it for this video. Again, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and fixing up this old Kubota T1600 diesel lawn mower, lawn tractor, garden tractor, whatever you want to call it. So I appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Y'all take care. Later.